Well there, people, and welcome to yet another pointless endeavor and our lengthy adventure to check out every Quake Toolbox level in this massive thing. Though we are kind of getting near the end, luckily. So yeah, it's been a lengthy endurance run, if you will. Plenty of levels, but at least now one thing we can really say from all this is we have plenty of new actual levels with actual playability, which is something you couldn't really say in the past. As sad as that is, it's kind of pretty sad when you could say, like, all of Aftershock really was, like, mostly multiplayer levels, some test levels, wasn't many single-player levels. So having something like this, which has just a bunch of levels with actual playability, is rather nice. Anyway, this time around we're checking out Welcome to AREA8, which could mean anything in the world. I have no idea what in God's name they're kind of going for. I'm assuming like an Area 51 thing, maybe. Maybe involves aliens. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea what 8 means. I mean, the last one was another number one. Was it like clubs? The 26 Club or something like that? I should also mention it's called AREA8 for some reason, even though it's AREA8. I don't know why in God's name they're like confusing the numbers. And oh my god, there are a lot of explosives! What is this? Enforcers everywhere! Explosives everywhere! Looks like there are plenty of guns over on that side. But of course, to get over there, we're going to have to deal with all these enforcers. There's some more over there to try and kill me. But yeah, it looks like all the goodies are over on that side. So what I want to do, first of all, is blow up this container particularly. That will, of course, knock out hopefully one or two of these guys. Then I basically need to rush over to that wall, gather some resources, and with that, hopefully wipe out the rest of this freaking army. Because, yeah, as you see, it feels like everything's right in this little area. After last time, I'm not really trusting levels anymore, and, like, are they even going to, like, crash on me if I, like, leave the beginning area? Who knows? I don't know if, like, the qualities of these is, like, going downhill. I guess we'll find out, won't we? So, alright, let's try and get this done, and hopefully get this grenade launcher, get this here. Now we need to rush back quickly before everything murders me violently. Got one explosion done, 2 explosions done. Oh, goody. Try to use radioactive containers where I can. Nice, we'll get some nice infight going on. Get that knight down. Oh wait, oh god, this ogre's throwing me in the windows. Okay, I get here. No. Quick on the elevator. Hope this doesn't lead to certain death or something like that. Of course, there'd be Death Knights here too. Death Knights make it a little bit more complicated because they can have like stray fire very easily. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely a bit chaotic of an area. Trying to think of the best way to tackle this thing. I could get up here, get the rocket launcher. That's convenient. That's down here quickly. Get another gun. Okay, looks like we have an actual area to breathe for a second. Thank God, because it looks like there's plenty of things trying to murder me. Okay. Oh look, another ogre. Luckily now that I have rocket launcher, this should make life a little bit easier. Now if I could find some resources, I'd be a lot better off. I really don't like these radioactive containers, so I'm just gonna blow them up so that way I can actually move sideways without having certain death. Okay, like snipe that out. There we are! Brilliant! Okay, and it looks like there's a lot of death over there. I'm not gonna be able to really hit them from this side. But yeah, there's definitely a lot going on over here. Okay, looks like I actually have an area to breathe now. Everything is about to murder me. Now, what is this pit about here? Curious. I don't like it though. It's a central area. And central areas might happen to be like the way out of the level. This is curious as well. This is like a button to press for the elevator, but the elevator already comes down automatically. Very strange. It's like there's multiple trigger ways to do things. But okay, let's move around a bit because we need to get some more resources. And oh god, more things to try and kill me. I don't even have shells. I have plenty of cells, but I don't have a thunderbolt. Well, that looks like the ultimate collection of shells. Oh my god! That's a bit excessive, people. Like, okay, it's a bit... Okay, I killed a bunch of them. Thank God for radioactive containers, because they're really what's going to conserve ammo here. And I need an ammo conservation trick. I can't waste time trying to blow up all the radioactive containers, because I only have so many goodies, and I don't even have shells at the moment. So, not really sure how this level's working. It's like a very symmetrical design, but at the same time very chaotic. Let's see here, there's another corridor going this way. It looks like this is all, like the area ahead is on that side. So as long as we stick to this side, we should be able to just get into some goodies without really running across anything dangerous. So we can hopefully restock. There's definitely something over there. Let's see here, some shells, convenient. It's good because I can actually blow up these radioactive containers a bit. Curse my obsession with blowing up radioactive containers. They're gonna be a death of me all. But at least now it's making it a lot safer to move around without things just blowing me up. Because that would be a bad thing, just having random things blowing me up suddenly. Just because I got careless for a second. So if I control the area, nothing can danger me. Now what's this side lead to? More of them, okay. That's two of them out of the way. Looks like there's a third one right up there though. Yep, I hear him. Let's come out here, say hi to him. Someone's shooting me somewhere. Where is he? Or was he the guy up there? No, he's down here. I swear I'm going delirious and that there's another one. Oh, here he is! I found him! Man, my good was he good at hiding. But yeah, this is just a little useless balcony. Useful to kill some stuff down there, but otherwise, not much purpose. Let's head all the way back, and it seems like you use these side corners to head up to the upper areas. Let's check up here and see if there's anything more convenient. Still have a shell. One shell, not that useful to kill anything, but I can blow up that radioactive container. Oh god, death everywhere. God, I hate fiends. Yeah, absolute chaos ensues. Yeah, it looks like there's plenty of rocket launcher ammo. Seems like rocket launcher ammo is going to be like the most useful thing I could get here. So let's see here, we wipe out these guys. There's that side over there with of course more death. I love the fact that there's also no like health or any way to like build yourself back up in this level. So it's like any shots you get are pretty much infinite death. Especially since, you know, there's not even like any armor, anything at all. It's very cute too, and the fact that it's a freaking gauntlet of death. trying to wipe them out quickly this time. Because as you see, there's way too many for comfort. I can't really afford to make many mistakes here. But radioactive containers are everywhere. This is why I hate them so much. If you haven't noticed, they've been the bane of my existence. Well, I can come down here. This will give me plenty of ammo, so that we actually can control the area, hopefully. We just snipe these guys out. Oh god, this is not good. This is not good at all. There's fire everywhere. Death of fire. Death of fire. Just gotta keep strafing and hoping for the pests in this place. Okay, looks like there's rockets down there. God, this is deadly. Never thought 35 enemies would be this deadly, especially when there's no grunts or anything. It's just projectile-based enemies. But it's so chaotic in one little area. The radioactive containers don't help anything at all. Okay. Seems like we've actually gotten a little bit more of a breather, hopefully. We can wipe out things without dying. Yeah, don't take any chances with radioactive containers. I really do not like those things. Did I say how much I hate those bloody radioactive containers? Because it seems like, yeah, those are like the bane of my existence right now. Just gotta get to a corner, hide from my life, and tell you, the lesson here is never be around radioactive containers. Those things are freaking evil. And it feels like their radius is so nightmarish. Like, is it just me, or does it feel like their radius is bigger than normal for some reason? Yeah, trying to snipe them out was a bad idea. If I can, I'd like to blow up that container. There we are, a couple dead. This is not promising at all. Okay, looks like bloody ammo. Like you have to figure out where exactly to kind of go in here to control your area, and that way you can get some ammo. Without ammo, you're pretty much doomed. But this is a bit crazy. There must be a way to do this optimally. Well, infighting definitely is a strategy. Okay, killed all these guys. Use this opportunity to get down here, gather these. Now with all these shells, I can control the vicinity. Hopefully. It's a start in the right direction. All seems to be just shells down here at this point. Wait, what the? Oh god, this is not a good greeting. This is not a good greeting. This is not what I needed. Death all around me. Get me way out of this mess. As if this isn't all crazy at all. My god, trying to survive this mess is just a bit insane. Okay, can I like get the elevator lower if I come down here? Yes indeed, here's a moment to like hide for a second. Use this to get up. Lesson learned, elevators are evil. Elevators are freaking evil things that are designed just to hurt me even further. And this is why it gets so bloody interesting. There's all these bloody forces everywhere. Suicidal ogres, suicidal everyone actually. Okay, so it's probably a bad idea. This is an excuse to get some more rockets. Okay, time to dive across and hopefully get to the fiend area. It's the only safe place. So you see, it's just absolutely crazy. And this is why going to that side's a bad idea. Let's see here. Try this area. Control the immediate vicinities that way. Okay, looks like I get a breather. And oh my god, is that a zombie? Thank god I had a rocket! That took out him on the other side, so we don't have to worry about him. Now we have no ammo. This is somewhat problematic. Dive over here, we can get some more ammo. Really do not like these explosive barrels because they're good to blow me up with a stray bullet from these death knights. Convenient enough. Now we need to tackle all these guys. Okay, looks like the immediate vicinity's at least cleared out. 24 out of 35. Now if we can just not have anything else murder me. Violently. Okay, we had both balconies are at least cleared of enemies. Except for this guy. Right, so we still have the two fiends to tackle. No, that's not the biggest of issues at the moment. The biggest issues at the moment is just getting some ammo without dying horribly. Evil elevators are designed to hurt me. Okay, immediate vicinity is safe. Wait, what the? What is this, a secret room? I found my way to a secret room! Fill to the brim with rockets. I see, curious. Talk about a convenient, useful amount of resources. There's two of them on this side. Okay, so they're basically on both sides of this wall. Yeah, that's basically where all the health was. So now we just have to kill the two fiends. Beyond that, I'm not really sure there's much more to this level. Graphical glitches, there's that. But that doesn't really help my situation now, does it? And there we are, two fiends out of the way. Now I'm not sure there's actually a level exit or really any real goal to this level. Seems to just be a giant arena where you fight some stuff and then exit the level. But we'll go around a little bit further. Still areas I haven't been, so before I give up this quickly, we better make sure to get a more thorough search. You know, it seems like this is the area it was. So let's come up this side. You would think it'd be near the fiends or something, because the fiends are kind of the hardest thing in the level. But yeah, I'm not really sure where else there is to go. Well, besides maybe the top of that elevator? Like, there is that mysterious elevator in the middle of the area, which I'm not sure why it exists. So let's go up it. Is there a point to this? What purpose did this serve? I'm not sure there was a purpose. Fascinating. Amazing concept. There was no purpose whatsoever to this elevator. Well, I just wasted my time and my life. Amazing. But yeah, AREA8. Whatever that even means. I still have no idea seeing this. You know, I mean, Q2 didn't really have names that really fit anything, but at least they had good naming schemes. Like, Coligonous Minaret sounded a lot better than Welcome to AREA8. You know, it's just all like, named like by file name here, and it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have that nice vibe of like an actual level name. And that was the nice thing about Q2 in particular, but even all the others was still kind of like that. And there's a weird anomaly here, like a weird visual glitch on this wall. But yeah, basically, that's one big problem with the Aftershock levels in general, and then specifically, I would say, with the Aftershock Toolbox, is the fact of the matter, they just don't really have good name schemes. They don't really know what they're doing and whatnot with level names, and so therefore you end up with things that are very unmemorable. And so even if you remember the level geometry, the level names are definitely a blur, because who in God's name remembers Welcome to AREA8? It's just one of those things that's kind of a very weird, forgettable thing because of how unrelated it feels to the entire experience. So, yeah, and that was basically a big problem with Doom in particular, actually. A lot of Doom PWADs were like that, whereby you had a file name, and that was basically the level name. It would just be referred to by the file name, and the file name usually had, like, no reference at all to what the level was. So, yeah, this feels like some weird recall back to Doom. This whole thing feels like I'm, weirdly enough, in Doom again for some reason. Like, it's somewhat doomy in its nature. It's hard to describe, but it's almost like a very flat base design. The things that aren't flat are basically a bit more three-dimensional, but at the same time, they aren't, like, covering over planes. Like, if you notice here, everything here is, like, on a separate little plane or something like that. Now, that could be natural design for a Quake level, but that also means that would be entirely possible in Doom. This entire level looks like something that could have been done in Doom, honestly. And, yeah, that's exactly the thing. You know, Doom PWADs were never really the best of things to begin with. So, having some broken style PWADs, it's just not really that fun of a thing or whatnot in comparison to everything else. Like I said, there is the benefit of it having content. That is a plus. You know, the fact of the matter that, you know, you can actually do something here as opposed to not having anything to do. But for the most part, there just isn't much here. You know, it's still rather, you know, it's all vanilla-based gameplay. All that's really different is the texture set, which isn't too drastically different. It looks all brown and gray. And so therefore, you'd probably get those people who are complaining about the base game complaining about this because it's very, very similar. If you wanted something that looks drastically different, you'd be better off going with, like, Dark Hour, which had, like, abstract color sets and very standoutish colors. Meanwhile, this just kind of feels like somewhat like Quake, but at the same time, the levels are not as good designed as Quake. In fact, I wouldn't even say this is as, like, good designed as, like, Dark Hour or Aftershock specifically. You know, this definitely isn't like the Aftershock campaign, but even, like, the levels that you could, like, find on the internet in 1996, I feel like these were more buggy and more unstable than those were, for, like, a general rule. You know, now granted, there weren't too many of them, but from what I did see, I feel like this was just rather cheaply put together. It does, like I said, offer gameplay, which really at this point is kind of important because with the focus being mostly on multiplayer, you don't get much playability, you know, not as much as I would like at least. But at the same time, it's definitely not far from perfect, and it feels like an unrefined, somewhat hatched together product. Then again, that's pretty much what you should expect probably out of this. This is a shovelware release, and, you know, to expect quality of a shovelware release is probably the worst idea possible. But yeah, really, like I said, it's kind of like a mixed bag. And that's really the best way of describing shovelware in general. You're bound to get something that's really good, something that stinks horribly. You know, this mission wasn't too bad. It didn't have anything that was really that annoying. No movable walls, no real, like, pain in the butt things to navigate. There is that one area on the side, which I don't really like at all. That's a bit annoying. But at least it's not a major part of the level. Unlike a lot of these, whereby you had to, like, keep navigating through movable wall after movable wall. This one at least felt like, sort of like, I guess... What exactly? It's kind of like one of those Killfest levels. You know, back when, you know, you used to play Doom, there used to be those particular levels whereby you'd, like, kill thousands of enemies. Now, this isn't thousands of enemies because Quake couldn't handle something like that, but the action-based element, the focus on basically trying to survive in a chaotic area, with the focus being mostly on not dying due to things trying to attack you from every side in a giant open arena, feels very similar to those type of classic Doom PWADs. And that might have been, like, the mindset they were kind of going for in this particular one. But other than that, no idea what AREA8 means. Anyway, that's really all I really have to say about this one. Really, this is just kind of yet another level. It does have, like I said, the benefit of it not being a rather frustrating mission, unlike a lot of these. So, You know, there is, like I said, that when there's a lot of these missions that you have like 2 enemies in a room and you have to like go into room after room after room in endless tedium, something like this, whereby it's just straightforward action, a nice open area, feels rather welcoming in a way. So, yeah, it's kind of sad on the one hand that it doesn't really have an exit. It is kind of unpolished. You know, it's a very simplistic thing, but at the same time, it does allow for some nice straightforward action. If you notice, it was rather challenging because of all the explosive barrels everywhere. It's like you think you're safe or whatnot, but there's those radioactive containers in almost every corner of the map. I don't think I've had this much trouble with radioactive containers or explosives in any way since like the days of Doom with all those Doom puzzles, you know, like M5 and whatnot. But yeah, rather curious to see kind of a weird callback, but at least some of the better elements of Doom. I think like the Killfest base levels were probably some of the best Doom PWADs out there because of its straightforward nature. And so seeing something like that done here, you know, it's still probably not the best of experiences. Like I said, it's still unpolished, still very bare bones in certain ways. You know, it has that pointless elevator in the middle. It's, you know, doesn't really have, like, there's no focus on locked doors here at all and all that, but at least in the grand scheme of things, this level is a nice little fair kill fest. At least for like a few minutes to kill. And I guess at the end of the day, that's really kind of what you can kind of ask for out of Quake. Kind of like when it comes to Doom, the biggest thing with kind of like the biggest benefit to like Doom and Quake is the fact of the matter that you can kind of load up these levels and be done with them in a short amount of time, as opposed to lighter games whereby you're expected to like take hours to explore a map. These are designed to kind of be bite-sized endeavors usually, and so therefore you end up getting kind of the nice advantage. Though I shouldn't actually say that because Doom usually has largest just mages that take hours to complete. So that usually fits more along the lines of Quake. And so it feels like, yeah, that's like the biggest benefit of particularly Quake. Being able to like load up a level, be done with it, and basically it's a good, I don't have a long amount of time, but I happen to have a thing to do at the moment. You know, it's a good thing just to load up a Quake level and blast through it quickly. Now, as a long-term thing, that's kind of where it starts to suffer because of that, because these levels are so quick that you need a lot of them in order to actually have something to last the entire evening. And so therefore, you end up basically needing a massive number of shovelware levels just to give you the sort of content that you would need as, like, say like you were playing Unreal or something like that a bit later, but that would be able to handle a lot better for a co-op based game because of its natural length. And the fact that the matter that it's also much better designed co-op. You have to remember this is one of the first real experiences online co-op really had. And so because of that, a lot of the flaws have not been ironed out. You end up with something that's really overpowered in the player's benefit. And so you get things that normally would take at least a little bit of time, taken pretty much no time whatsoever. And so that's another one of the big, you know, flaws of like Quake in general, and why exactly it's like good to get as many shovelware levels as possible, no matter of their quality. So yeah, it's kind of a weird thing whereby, you know, there may be levels that aren't exactly the greatest, but at the same time, they entirely serve their place. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you all for watching, people. It's been an adventure, and I shall see you all next time.